Have Coach Kelly after a resounding homecoming win. Coach, you want to open with a comment about the game, and then we'll take some questions.
Well, I'm extremely, well, let me say this. Let me say I got a lot of respect for Murray State, Jody, and I mean, they are a very well coached football team. He has had to rebuild that program, but they are very well coached. They have good schemes. They create problems for you offensively, defensively, in the kicking game. So I give their kids a lot of credit, and I got a lot of respect for their coaches. I know a lot of the coaches that are over there. So that would be the first thing I would say. But I am very proud of our players, mainly because they competed for 60 minutes. And it didn't matter who was in the game, and it didn't matter who we were playing. You know, and that is not a lack of respect for our opponent. But it will never be about the other team. It will be about how we play. And that's what our standard is. We have a standard of how we should play. And one of those standards is playing for 60 minutes and not looking at the scoreboard. I think our players did that tonight. I don't think they ever looked at what the score was, what the situation was. They just played. I thought our guys have given great effort. We've not, not done everything perfect, but our guys play hard. And I thought they played hard tonight. I thought we came out a little bit flat offensively. We weren't hitting on all cylinders, but that's why you've got to be able to run the football. If you can run the football, you got time to get into that rhythm. I thought we got better offensively, in passing efficiency. When I say passing efficiency, that's not just the quarterback. It's getting in sync with the receivers. It's protection with the offensive line. Our offensive line has done a lot better job in pass protection. I don't think we gave up a pressure tonight, and when we did, the quarterbacks did a good job of stepping up. Defensively, I thought we tackled better. We didn't have explosive plays, which is something that we've been, working on. We had a heck of a stop down there in the red zone where we got an interception, and then we had a turnover, and we got to eliminate those. I think the two most disappointing things for me personally, and listen, it's my fault. It's my job to get the team ready to play. I tell them before we go out to play, the mistakes are mine, the effort's yours. So I got to do a better job. We have been good on the penalty side of things, and tonight we had too many penalties, and it stunts you on offense when you're behind the chains. It gives them extra possessions, against our defense, their offense, and you can't do that. You can't give well-coached teams extra possessions because they're going to convert. So special teams, the kickoff coverage was better. We got to see a lot of different guys on it, but that's something. Listen, the most violent play in football is kickoff coverage. It is speed and space. You never ever can relax or not be intense about it, because that's, it's just a hard play. So we got to be on top of that all the time. That's what I saw out there. I might have missed something, but that's what I saw.
Questions?
Your running backs were really productive today. If you could talk about them, and also what is Andrew Paul's status?
Well, I will say our running backs were very productive. That all starts up front. I think our offensive line does an incredible job. We're very young there, but you know what? I wake up every morning wishing I was young. So that's a good thing. But the backs run hard. They trust the offensive line. There's a lot of trust factor there. And they break tackles too. So I'm extremely proud of I've said it before, our entire running back room, because I think we got some talented guys there. And Cam Cook, everybody wants to talk about Cam when he's got the ball in his hands. You ought to watch videos of when he doesn't have the ball in his hands, the way he plays. I mean, these guys know it. They know, he's not selfish to him just to want to get carries. He wants to do whatever it takes to win.
Maxwell and Thomas.
Andrew Paul,
yes. Andrew, we got a pretty good chance to get him back next week. We could have pushed it a little bit this week. We felt like he needed probably another couple of days, and But I expect that we should have him back for Southern Miss.
Coach, Keaton Creel was out there on punt returns.
Mhm.
Can you just talk about why the backup quarterback is out there, and then also just how weird is it maybe to see him go catch the punt? And then go back out there?
If the backup quarterback's one of your best players, we got to get him on the field, and he's one of our best football players. And I think it's going to help Caden later on, because even he told me, he said the speed on special teams, he said it's even more than when I'm playing quarterback. So I think it's going to help the game slow down for him even more. He is a competitor, and listen, I've been at places before. We're going to take the very best players we can and put them on special teams. It doesn't matter what position. I've told the guys before, I had a specialist one time that was not going to be our kicker or punter, but he would work on the scout team every day. And he became one of our best special teams players at Georgia Tech. And we were pretty salty on special teams back then. I mean, he was, Troy Garside he was a backup kicker. So we're going to take the best players and play them. And if they can help us win, we're going to do that.
Thomas?
Coach, Brock Recksteiner's role, it seems like, has expanded a lot from last year to this year as far as, what spots you use. And can you just talk about kind of his role on the team and kind of the night he had tonight as well?
Well, and I said this about Pearson in the press conference this week. We want, when we look at our football team, we want people to say they are fast, they are physical, they are tough, they are disciplined, and they will compete. Well, if you want to be that kind of football team, then you got to have that kind of football player. And he is the epitome of those things. And he's very unselfish. Now, he's competitive, but he's very unselfish. He wants to do what is, best for the team. And like I had to tell him earlier, you got to, listen, your production's going to come. Just keep doing your job. Just keep doing your job. The results will come. That's hard for a young man. It's hard for me, because we grow up in a result-oriented society. It's all about the results. But you have to understand there's a process that you got to go through in order to get those results. And he's done that, and he's reaping what he sowed a long time ago. He was one of the first guys I talked to when I got here. I was like, I think he might have been the first or second guy that I put on scholarship when I got here. I mean, I watched him, Walker Osteen, Jalen Likely. I mean, those guys, they play the game the way it's supposed to be played. And if you want your team to be like that, then you got to have players like that.
Good. It was the first 200-yard passing game of the season, but you only had 2 passes that were thrown more than 15 yards that were completed. What does this offense maybe need, and especially on the passing game, need to do going forward?
Well, the whole key in the passing game is passing efficiency, how efficient you are. It's not the number of yards. I mean, we used to play teams that were air raid. They were going to throw for 300 yards. Well, they threw the ball 60 times, but they never scored any points. Everybody liked it, but, it wasn't very efficient. So sometimes you got to take what they give. And they were playing, like they were doing a lot of 8-drop, playing soft coverage to try to eliminate those, explosive plays. Now, we're going to see some more teams that say, you know what, these running backs are strapped up. We're going to have to drop an extra guy in there. Well, that's going to open it up, a little bit more. So I think that if we just focus on the efficiency of converting, getting first downs, and when we do have our shot to get an explosive play, we got to be able to do that. But when they play 2 high safety, sometimes you're not going to get a lot of those routes, down the field.
Christian Lando got 11 carries today and seemed to do something. Could you talk about what you saw from him?
Well, Christian, he scored. I think he scored his first touchdown tonight. I think that was his first touchdown. I went down and congratulated him. He's another one. Just comes to work every day. He's hard to bring down. He was hard to bring down this summer when we were scrimmaging. Listen, Max Thurman does a great job of coaching these backs, of taking care of the football, running hard, and they run to contact. They don't run away from it. They run to contact, and they play like the personality of their coach. But Lando's done, you know, he takes care of the football. He runs really hard, and he's a talented young guy.
Coach, thank you.
Thank
Mark,
you.
you got one more? Go ahead.
Yep.
It seems like offensively, you guys have made a lot of leaps and bounds from first game to now. Talk about what Clint Trickett's doing, managing that offense.
Well, I think, I've said it before, I think Clint's one of the brightest guys in college football. He's got a good staff around him. I will say that. He's got a really good staff around him. And it starts up front with his dad, Taylor Housewright, Lawrence Dawsey, Max Thurman, who I mentioned, all those guys, and they work good together. But Clint is a bright guy. He is very creative, and he understands what it takes to win. You know, it's not all about statistics on one side, whether it be passing or running. What I think he does an amazing job of taking what we can do and say, okay, this is what we are, and I'm gonna think about my players first, and then I'm gonna think of plays second. I think he does a great job with that.
Coach, thank you.
Thank you.
We'll get the players in.
Appreciate it, guys.
Thank you.
All right, questions for these guys? Oh, thank you.
Yeah, Brock. The first touchdown of the game, you took a touch pass, you ran into some contact, and you reversed it for the touchdown. Can you just talk about what's going through your head on a play like that?
Really just when I get the ball, just make most of my opportunity, just make a play. And I should have actually kept running to the outside, but I just cut back and made a play. So.
Buck, have you seen maybe from the passing game as a whole, just kind of improving each game?
Yes, just being more efficient, like you said, and then just make sure everybody's doing what they're supposed to be doing. We had a lot of MAs the first few games, so just cleaning up in that sense, and just being where you're supposed to be every play.
Trequan, can you just talk about how the secondaries come together? It's a completely new group than it was last year with a lot of new faces. Just talk about the development of that group from what you got here to now.
We got a lot of, I want to say new guys. We got a lot of freshmen that, you know, bond well, bond tight, you know, even off the field. We even talk to each other, had a little group chat, you know, try to do things here and there.
And just what was it like watching Walker get that interception in the first half?
Oh man, you know, if he get it, we all get it. So that's a W for everybody.
Buck, you kind of have made a habit of being able to take maybe a short pass and breaking it out. Kind of just what about you allows that, and what's your mentality maybe when you get a screen or a short pass?
Just playing hard and going towards contact. I like contact, so breaking tackles. So yeah, just making play out of nothing.
Mark?
Trequan, it seems defensively, you guys have really good chemistry. Could you describe where that comes from and how you guys have built that?
Just putting trust in our coach, our defensive coordinator, Coach B-Dub. Put a lot of trust in him, and just whatever call he called, just go execute it.
Yeah, Brock. Gavin looked really comfortable looking your way tonight, trusting you. Can you just talk about the relationship that you built with him?
Yes, no, we've been good friends since he first got here. Even before he committed here in the spring, we were on the phone together a lot. So just continue to get throws in together. Also, just on Mondays on our off day, we get throws together and just spend a lot of time together.
Brock, seems like, well, obviously this offense provides a little more opportunities for you guys than a richer offense. Maybe just what's it been like kind of watching your role expand to, you know, even getting some rushing attempts in the offense as well?
Yes, just just being ready for my opportunities really, and just make the most out of them when I get them really.
Buck, when Coach Kelly got here and you were put on scholarship, can you just talk about, you know, how you found out, just what the emotion of that was like?
Yes, yeah, no, it was kind of just like finally the work paying off really, because we've been playing a lot for really last 2 years, but I wasn't really getting as much money, so just finally getting on money was nice. I feel like I got a reward.
Couple more for these guys?
Trequan, your family has a really good relationship with Coach Kelly. Just I know your brothers as well, obviously. I know him pretty well. Just talk about, you know, originally committing here and just how you feel like your connection with Coach Kelly is.
So me and Coach Kelly had a great connection while I was at Alabama. So he actually recruited me when I was at Alabama. And when I got there, he just you know, took me under his wing and just try to, you know, guide me through my way at Alabama, because, you know, that I ain't gonna lie, that was probably like the toughest time that I had in college. So he just guided me through, and when I got here, he didn't change. He just showed me like he was the same person. Like Coach Kelly just gonna be Coach Kelly, no matter who you are.
Anything else? All right, thank you guys.